Hello and welcome. I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is Build Your Own X-Ring from DeAgostini, issue number 14. So the numbers are getting bigger. That's what happens with numbers. But in this issue we have some parts, some interesting parts. We've got a large plastic piece, some small bits on sprue, a wire extender, 4 different types of screw, individually labelled. Thank you. 5, 4, 3 and 2, and 2 metallic pieces that are different to any other metallic piece. They're white, they're weighty, they're substantial, and yeah, we'll see what we'll be doing with those as the build progresses. The issue, as I say, number 14, we have some information on visual effects, post-production on Empire, some more stuff about Dagobah by the looks of it. Plo Koon, Jedi Master and Starfighter pilot, obviously. He's got his Jedi Starfighter, the pointy one, arrowhead type, which is quite nice. Lots of stuff about him. He's got his own lightsaber, which is the white metal one. It's quite nice, different. And then we have what we've all been waiting for, what we turned up for, what we paid the admission price for, the upper starboard engine mount. This issue's components include 2 additional frames for the upper starboard wing, plus a cover for the underside of the wing root. You also have a cable that will be used to power the laser cannon, plus 4 sorts of screw and 3 plugs to conceal the external holes in the panelling. So this is what we've got. Obviously only 3 screws from that, lots of there, a few of them. Lots of screwing going on in this issue by the looks of it. So we're taking all the parts provided this time, plus the sublight engine assembly from last time. When did I put that? I had that a minute ago. There it is. This is what we did last issue. It lights up red. It's lovely. It's the one of the 4 engines for the X-Wing. Also, we have the wing, the half or internal piece of one of the wings, which isn't actually assembled. It's just popped together. I don't think we need that bit yet, so I'll put that to one side. That we're doing things to the interior, the underside with. So let's have a look. We are aligning the inner wing frame this way round. That's this bit, and it's that way. So there we go. That's that. That goes on there by the looks of it. Cool. Align the engine brace this way around. So we're getting that way round, and that goes in there. On there like that. Cool. It doesn't say to do any screws on that yet. It fits that, so that lies in there. It says secure it with an XO04 screw in this hole. That one up there, we have to put in an 04. So let's open the 04 packet. Let's remove a single screw from that packet. Drop it in that hole, and then realise that I haven't got any screwdrivers out yet. So let me move things there a little bit. I've got my box from the R2 build, which has extra screws from mainly R2. There's some Falcon screws in there as well, bits from the Terminator build that I'm doing, and the bits down here are from the Terminator as well. I seem to have mixed them all up. But there we go, it doesn't matter. The reason I was opening this box is to get a screwdriver out. I've not yet, in the process of building the X-Ring and the Terminator, and in the complete builds of the DeAgostini Millennium Falcon and R2-D2, I've not yet ever had to go back to my spare screws selection and use any. So I'm not expecting to on this build. I'm just putting this in, so not silly tight, because we haven't got the rest of the screws in yet, and you know the way I like to do these things. So that's just holding that in place. We're turning the page. Looks like lots of building going on this issue, so it's good. I like it. I like it when all the individual bits come together. Followed by 3 more screws. 2 more screws in those 2 holes. Okay, so yeah. Don't tell me to do one and then say, oh, by the way, do these other ones as well. Why not just say, there's 3 screws, sort it out. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody doing this build can, you know, count to 3 and worry about 3 things doing. So yeah, it's just quite annoying to say do this one thing and then over the page do it again and do it one more time. Go on. Yeah. Thanks, DeAgostini. Treat us like a grown up, will you, please? Right, that's those in. I've not put the others in, so I'm not tightening everything up yet until I make sure everything lines up properly. 2 more XO4 screws. Now this, I give you this one. This one's a bit different because it's in a different piece. That's going to leave 1 in this bag, so I am expecting this is the final 2 to be used in this build, because that's the way these things go. They give you 1 spare. If you need 1 screw, they'll give you 2. If you need 12 screws, they'll give you 13. So you're allowed to lose 1 screw of each type each week without them moaning about it. Followed by 5 screws in those holes. So let's dig out the 5s, which is these. Let's cut that bag open. Let's tip those out. Let's keep 1 in the bag because there's 5 in the bag and there's 4 to use, isn't there? This is 4, didn't it? Yes, 4. Right, that screwdriver is not doing as well as I would hope, so I'm going to progress on to the larger screwdriver. And we're putting that in that one. That one. That one. And that one. I must admit, the screwdriver given to us with this this build is not the greatest. The one on the X-Wing, this is the X-Wing, not the X-Wing. The screwdriver in the Falcon lasted the Falcon build. I think I was doing up, you know, one of the last few issues, and it finally failed. The head got stripped, and it just didn't work anymore. I think this is the R2 one, which is working fine. So I'm just going back down and tightening up the screws that I purposefully didn't tighten until everything was home and screwed in properly. Let's get them done. Let's get these 2 done as well. There we go. That's why you do it a little bit at a time, because that bit wasn't completely popped home. It is now. Right, so that's that. Let's get on with the rest of the build. 2 3 screws in those holes. Let's open the 3. Yep, we've got 3 screws in there, so that's interesting. Obviously the screws are all very slightly different. Now they're taking the route on this build of just putting them in individual bags, naming them themselves, so you don't have to worry about any measurements or anything else. The Terminator build is just dumping everything in 1 bag each week, or each week that you get any screws with it, and just saying use this, you know, 3x5mm screw, or showing you a picture of the screw in scale and going from there, which works as well. It's not a problem doing that. Right, so I've done that. Secure the engine mace for driving XO2 screws into those 6 holes. So sorry, what 6 holes we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many of these screws have we got? It's more than 7. Let's have a look and see. Let's tip them out and see just how many they've given us. If I can get them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, definitely more than 7. Let's tip all but 1 out, because I reckon we're going to be using them this time. whatever happens. So there's one still left in there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. So let's use the 6 into those 6 holes there. Now we're back to my favourite way of doing it, multiple screws all at once. It just says do those 6. Doesn't say you know, do this one and then one more and then or another 4. Just there you go, 6 screws, 6 holes, sort it out for yourself. Now as ever with these screws when they're going in, I'm just putting them in a couple of turns, making sure everything lines up and the holes are all properly and you know everything's okay. And then when the last one goes in and everything is all lined up properly and all okay, I can go back and tighten it all up. So this is a metal piece going onto the plastic of the wing. Now obviously these wings are going to be motorised, so they will be opening and closing. So they need a bit more than just the plastic, because they're obviously quite substantial, weighty things, and they've got the big gun on the end there and everything else. It's huge. It's only one wing and it's already huge. Turn the ring over and take the sublight assembly engine. Which way around has it got it? It's got it that way round. Let's do that. Let's move my screwdriver selection out the way. Okay, didn't miss anything on there. That's that. Right, taking the engine, feeding that through there. Yep, so far so good, but it actually goes that way round because we've got a big plug, big blob, little blob. They go on there like so, because the engine wasn't nearly big enough, so it's big enough that way, but now we're going to make it big enough that way as well. So turning this over, putting a 2 screw through that hole to hold that in place. So let's double check to see that it's lined up, because it wasn't. There it is. Pick up the screw one more time. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more than one screw holding this in there, but for now it looks like that's it. So that's locked, square, attached, good to go. Right, there we go, that's that. Put that screw in there. Now use the tip of your screwdriver to route the wire up and around there. So it's got to go behind that pin. Okay, it's behind that pin. Done that one, boss. Then it's got to go up around there, around that pin. Okay, then round and through the first 2 holes in that pin. Okie dokie. Then it hangs out through that hole over there, just like that. Okay, I like that. I like the built-in wire routing. That's fine. No problems there. Happy so far. Let's turn the page and see what the next bit of the build is. Next bit of the build is uncoiling a wire. This is the 01. There we go. Because it's not. I did mention on the last issue that was the second LED, but of course it's the third. This is the third LED because there was one in R2 and then there's one in the laser. So this is the third, or this is the second, but I don't know why. Right, uncoiled wire. 2 ends are different, obviously. Well, they're male and female are the same because we're just extending the wire on the gun. So let's have a look. Where are we looking? Identify the end with this socket, the female socket. Fit the socket firmly into the recess near the wingtip, this way up. Okay, when it says this way up, it doesn't actually show you which way up really. I'm assuming that these are the grooves that side. It's sort of definitely, it's got to be that way up, but not very clear. So we're fitting that into there. It's just sort of jammed in there really. I'm assuming there's going to be enough room. We're going to have to unplug it to plug the wire in, but there we go. We are routing this wire up around the outer edge of the wing. Oh, it's got little bits there, so I think we're going to have to take it forward a bit, otherwise we're not going to be able to bend it around there. There we go. So it's going up around the edge. Let's get a screwdriver just to push that home. Around there, there's another little double back for it to go into. Not sure quite how secure this wiring is going to be. There we go. It goes up to there, then comes down this hole. Knock everything over. Knock over my wall hammer. And it's going to end up coming out the same place as that. So it's going in behind there. Push that back in there. Then it's following this one around behind there as well. Following that around there. Around there. Behind that one. Trying not to get too many stops and kinks in it. And that goes out the other side. And it's about the same length, so that's worked out quite well. Fairly happy with that. The cable should be routed like this, with the final section running parallel to the engine wiring coming out the wing between the other two. Yeah, so that's okay, I like that. And they're conveniently labelled 02, 01 and 02 on the wires themselves, so that's already done for you, so that's nice and easy. They learnt that from the R2, where all the wires were just wires. It says fit the wing root cover over there, like that. Don't trap the wire coming out the wing, no. Fix it in place with 3 X02 screws. I did have 3. See, I'm going to use that spare one now, because there's only 2 up there now. I've obviously made it ping somewhere when I dropped my stuff. So let's get the other O2 out. That doesn't count as using the spare. Well, it sort of does, but yeah. So that goes in there. Putting it in place with 3 screws. Two screws and 1 more screw. I'll have a look on the floor in a minute and see if I can find the 3rd or the 9th or 10th of those. Tightening them all up now. Cool. Right, it says this completes this stage. This should now look like this, which it pretty much does. Oh, I missed out that bit. Putting those on there. Remove the plugs from the screw and press 1 through each of the 3 holes to conceal the screw heads. Let's have a look. Let's cut one of these off. And see, is it going to be just a... Yeah, it's just a friction fit to cover those holes. Right, I'm not going to use those at the moment. I shall put those with the screws, because I don't know if I'm going to have to get back into that for any other reason, so I'm not going to force plugs on the ends there until I need to. So that does indeed complete that issue. Yeah, another picture of an X-Wing getting shot by the looks of it. Right, so the wing is coming together. It's getting bigger. We have the outer casing here. I'll just pop that back on there, mainly to keep it all together, but also to make it look nice. Assume that just joins up there like that. Again, not having dealt with an X-ring of this scale before, I can't tell if this is normal or if there's more. I'll have to have a look for better reference to tell. But yeah, certainly going to have to do something about this bit if that is an external piece. So we'll find out. We'll have a look and see. But all in all, the painting on it isn't exceptional, but it is functional, it does work, and it's obviously mass produced, and as it is, there will be weathering and stuff going on, but I'm not going to be doing a complete repaint of it. But all in all, I'm happy with how it's coming along. That's it for this month. I don't know when the next delivery is due, and bits aren't attached so they fall off. I don't know when the next delivery is due or how many issues are going to be in it. I think that it's going to be a bit sooner, and there's going to be multiple issues. I think there's going to be 4 or 5 issues that come next time. So stick around, obviously subscribe to the channel and click the little notification bell, then you'll get notified when there's things. When stuff happens on the channel, you'll be the first to know. Well, the second to know, because I'll know first, because I'll be doing it. But other than that, I'll see you soon for more X-Ring, or more Terminator, or more just general hanging around. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Good night. Bye.